I'm Laura Modi, CEO and co-founder of Bobby Baby and mom of three. I left my job in tech to disrupt the baby infant formula industry to provide parents with quality ingredients sourced with purpose and definitely without the guilt. I grew up in the west of Ireland. I'm the eldest of five. Financial savviness was definitely fostered by my parents. As a kid, the biggest financial principle that we were kind of given early on was the concept of compounding your money and investing. Growing up in Ireland was amazing. I had just left college. I was considering my next moves and I decided, let's just check out another country. So I moved out to California and I jumped into the world of tech. And after spending a few years at Google, I got the opportunity to stay at an Airbnb. I reached out to the founders and 2 weeks later, I was working there as one of the first operators. I think I've always had the mindset to take a risk because I've set myself up. I knew exactly what that matrix looked like in my spreadsheet. And then you become a parent and the whole spreadsheet is out the window. It was March 2016. Here I was, a career woman, and now I have a child where actually what's most important is the future that she's going into. Bobby is an organic European style recipe infant formula. The inspiration for starting Bobby was entirely personal, starting with the fact that I just could not exclusively breastfeed my child, so I needed to supplement. And I found myself standing in the middle aisle of a pharmacy, choosing a product cradled between cat food and diapers, matched with society saying you should go back to work, breastfeeding for 35 hours a week. You can't really do both. Infant formula has this level of stigma within the parenting space, and we need to do something about it. And that's exactly what happened with Bobby. My co-founder, Sarah, we worked side by side with each other at Airbnb. The same week that I decided to do this and then my husband got in, I also found out I was pregnant with my second child. Nothing fuels you more to change the landscape of infant formula than actually finding out you're pregnant. We made the decision to transfer the money that I had in my Irish account to kickstart getting this off the ground. And I set a goal. In 9 months, when this baby is born, the formula needs to be ready. But when I was about 6 months pregnant, we realized we're not going to have this launched. We've now ran out of the money that was transferred over from my Irish bank, and we would need to start dipping into our own savings. When I hear of parents now starting to take a step to drive their own business, it is so much harder at the point that you are a parent than pre-parent. I would never, ever, ever sugarcoat it, because making a decision to manage the accountability of what you need to cover while also making sure that you can grow that to start your own thing takes a lot of commitment. But at 6 months, I made the decision to go out and start fundraising from traditional venture capitalists. So we restructured our own budgeting and what that accountability looks like for our own family. We were very good at managing a budget per category, but maybe not to the extent that we were looking at every line item and questioning, could we be doing better? You use these moments in many ways to cleanse the behavior that you should have had to begin with. I have never felt more efficient and effective than I have becoming a mom. The habits that have really got me to this place, it's just the value of compounding your own financial wealth. Do not have any money in a place that's not returning some value. I want my kids to be able to look at their mom and be able to say they drove change for better. I know that if I focus on the mission, that value will be returned in both financial wealth, but also personal growth, and our kids will see that too. It's really just not enough to create a product that you know will provide better options for parents. I am so incredibly proud that we are a team of parents all behind this mission. One day, we can look back and say, Bobby represents what it means to build a work culture for parents.